it may be very apparent that I fell asleep while playing this game to catch back up, so I didn't have to deal with that again on stream. But then again, it's also have that same problem in the other save files. I'd fall asleep in the middle of playing. Not nearly as long. Fell asleep for about...
People playing games a lot.
Yeah, it's the only reason why it took me 111 hours to beat Persona 5 the first time. Good game.
It still took me like 90 something the first time through.
Yeah, so I did a lot of level grinding, and
Definitely did a lot more than I did. I know I did like level 68 or 9 when I first finished it. I don't know, I was like 73, because 68 is around the time that the last house before Mementos.
Mirage attack! Ikezo! Yokai!
I think I'm going to I don't know. The screen share was...
Oh, right. I just figured you were right over my shoulder.
Doing very well, we're at least a couple days apart.
We are basically the entirety of the United States apart.
Like I said, a couple. We are roughly one Texas apart.
At the very least.
Texas. Why you somehow is
I remember in elementary school getting in an argument with kids over whether or not Alaska was bigger than Texas.
I think Texas is bigger, but Alaska's pretty big too.
I'm pretty sure Alaska's bigger.
I don't know. I haven't like done the exact comparison.
Size of Alaska. Alaska is 663,300 miles squared. Texas is 2,000. Yeah, 2,068,000 or
2,068,000.
Yes, numbers. I'm very good at those. I can do them, maybe.
No, you're not. That's why you're playing Persona 8.
I would play Persona, but it's currently in my parents' basement, and they are an entire state away from me. Because I was like, no, I'm gonna start moving stuff back to my parents now that I'm done with school. Also, where the hell am I supposed to go now? And so I decided to take that back when I went to go visit. I like how he just stopped there. He's like, no, you know what? I'm not gonna go bother him.
Yeah.
Middle one. I have no idea where I'm going.
You centered on... I think progress, you centered on the left or whatever. Or the right.
Haha, take that special monster thing. We will fight you to a standstill. Or at least until you're dead. Do you know what it's weak to?
I think it's lighting off the top of my head, but special skills will also just murder the fuck out of it.
Yeah, let's murder the shit out of it.
Because the special skill ignore weakness.
It's my D&D group talking about how one of the people who live in...
You miss?
I missed?
I don't know if you didn't get hit. Or it didn't look like you got hit. I think it's raining. It's weak too, but... After, I think the other rare enemy is no weakness. just a bunch of resistors. Anyway,
Yeah.
that guy needs to be killed like 3 or 4 times for his special performance.
Time to grind it out.
Hey!
Good luck, as his encounter rate is a bitch.
But yeah, one of the guys in my D&BD group lives, I believe, in Pennsylvania. And he's like, "Hey, my cookies came," because my DM sent people cookies.
Alright.
I was like, but I didn't get any cookies. And my DM lives down the street. What is this madness?
I think you have to fight something in between the encounters.
That would make sense.
Fuck up this random red dude. You know, for this game being so colorful, a lot of the enemies are just great.
Yeah.
Yes.
The main characters are just one, I think, that was the point.
To show how much cooler they are than everyone else.
Of course, so they can stand out and go along with the idea that
Okay.
user colors shine. Or the garbage in school.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Friendship's important.
Well, I mean, friendship is the most powerful power in Persona. The power of friendship can beat any enemy.
And I'd rather just use Thor. Or Beelzebub. Or Satan.
But yes, their power fails in comparison to friendship. Bugger off, friendship. Nobody needs you.
Now when I've got my hair, I'll never find out though.
That was my favorite part of Persona 5. Just the very...
I still want like them to put female in the remake or whatever they're doing. The special version.
It would be
Because
interesting.
it was funny as hell seeing the exact outfit with the reverse hair. It's just like one day.
See, but then it'd be slightly different because of the way Japan does Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
They would have to change it to like something about around White Day, or something like that, which is recently, I think. It's in March.
So, at the moment, it's probably one of the worst days in history with the Ides of March. This is when Caesar was killed.
That actually reminds me of something pretty funny. There was a post that I saw. Somebody got Little Caesars, and they're like, this looks wrong. They grab a knife and stab the box. Better. Okay, I'm done trying to grind this out right now.
Yeah, it gets easier when you have the abilities to make rare and spawn and all that.
So let's see, which one do I want to go forward?
You need the right one. The one that leads to the opposite side. And then you take the black dress. So you gotta use black dress to get to the bottom floor. I mean, they weren't exactly trying very hard to begin with.
As long as I use my tipper mechanics. Oh, right. I'm also the wrong character. I'm totally not Grom.
I summon Braum, I stand. The ability is to throw swords really hard.
Let's see. Right, I don't deal with any of those.
Yeah, you don't get a touchdown. Because you're going to where the orange dress is from.
敵が現れた。敵の気配は消えたようだ。
Either from there or you need to take the black dress across. Up there.
これはミラージュの気配。
You know, now that I'm thinking about it, so I don't have to deal with that again. Let's save. A thing I don't apparently do nearly enough in these type of games.
No, because you lose so much shit because you don't save very often.
こいつ強いぞ。
Time to murder this horse.
了解。
Or should I murder the barbarian? Let's murder the barbarian.
了解。クロムみたいにやった。衝撃いちくやら。
It was in my second time through Persona 5, but there's this one hallway.
よし。
In what is the
俺から
casino?
行く。
As an enemy group that held physical and uses Enrage. So I'm just trying to speed through the area because I died from something stupid earlier. I speed through the area, they catch me and get advantage. I get enraged and immediately died instead of telling a physical attack back at me.
It's kind of sad,
Yeah, but
actually.
No, that's just game design. They're smart about it.
俺が力になる。行くぞ。や。
Back fiend.
I still need to fight the twin, murder their faces off.
It was a surprisingly easy
一気
fight.
に決めろ。
Yes, but when you have Sentinel, anything.
戦いは回避できたか。まず、いつき。
When nothing does damage, everything is good.
Oh, and then you also, I grinded the shit out of,
よし。
the, whatever the thing that gets you in Mementos. Because on the, sick day, it catches the flu and dies in 3 turns.
Yeah, death.
That was the best. Hey, it's a good thing that we saved there, because I didn't realize that I thought we had more floors to go through.
At least depth is not as hard to find as it is in 4. Because in Persona 4, the way it works is you have to open 20 chests. And if the 20th chest has a monster in it, it'll be death. But the odds of that are so incredibly unlikely. It's just really hard to find death. But the good news is if
You remember.
oh, that's not yet.
Oh, right.
That's the magnum opus.
I can't actually tell what's going on because my audio on my TV is off. And,
She's singing, trying to wake up her sister, and her sister's like, yes,
Wake.
my boobies are showing off too much.
all you want to do is make water do. I don't really trust in my anime suicide. I cry.
That voice.
Wake me up. Wake me up inside. I can't wake up. I can't wake up. I love I love all of the silly, goofy renditions
Hey,
things.
Let's go, let's merge the Pegasus or something like that.
Like you. Like fuck you, Goku. Shaggy pizza.
That 6-second video is one of the best things on the internet.
curious as to how he realized that would work.
Performa, cut it.
See, it's like, well, the last time I used it, it Rasengan. So, what if this time I stab it with a sword?
What if I pick the Rasengan? It's not mine, I might as well break it. Why is their haircut so different? Like, Tsubasa's got a real shiny thing going on, and hers is just like the same color but without the shininess.
I think it's because, unlike her sister, Tsubasa uses hair products. I also think it's really funny that they've got like the weird fiery shadow things right over the breasts, like it was a form of censorship.
It was actually.
Oh really?
Yeah.
It was less.
This and I want to say this scene or another scene where Tsubasa's flying on Pegasus, and it shows her panties, but because she's not supposed to be wearing panties, she's wearing like the granny panties, like the longer that looks like shorts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they just put fire over her boobs for some reason. I don't think there's any nipples there in the first place, but you know. Censorship.
You know, it's like they're not there in the combat though.
Yeah. It was most likely just post-editing. They didn't really think about the gameplay itself. Yeah. Oh, I like how in Devil May Cry 5, there's some moments where Lady and Trish are just in the nude, and they just use lens flare to cover up the naughty bits.
Yes, lens is like, what are we going to do? We're going to rip straight out of J.J. Abrams' Star Trek. It was on the top. We're going to take all of those lens flares and put them into this. Even though I think that was made before J.J. Abrams' Star Trek. Was it? I don't know, when was J.J. Abrams' Star Trek made?
I don't know. I'm not a big Star Trek fan, so I can't really say.
I enjoyed watching it when I did. I'm not as much of a fan now. Let's see.
A lot of it's interesting though.
Mm-hmm. Let's get rid of these. I probably should have done a little bit more grinding to fill up my special bar.
Before this fight.
That probably also would have been a good idea. But who feels more fights? I mean...
More people.
Fight me!
Oh man.
You know, I kind of want to see another one, another game like this, but where all of their personas are Kirby characters. I just think that'd be hilarious.
Is there enough Kirby characters for that though?
Yes, there are.
Like, I mean, aside from generic enemies like Waddle Dee and stuff.
Yeah, there's enough characters.
Alright.
I'm presuming that...
The right back at you stuff.
Oh, you're thinking about right back at you? From that, no, not so much.
I'm saying without that.
Yeah, oh yeah, there's more than enough. Let's see. Party HP, medicine, revival bread. I keep reading this as revival bread, even though it's a beat.
it's the Shinigami Senshi item. Also like how when somebody's knocked out, their screen gets the old no video signal. just like the random colors and effects.
Debating on if I should use the bead chain to heal.
That's full HP on everybody.
Yeah,
so you know.
I think I'm gonna wait on that one then. But this first aid might be useful, especially because I get a full round next one before they get to attack.
One of the Texas comes first, well, before you and your turn. Oh, yeah. It's a lot more lame when you just say what they're throwing at you. A lot of the times it sounds a lot more badass when you say I'm throwing lightning at this fool.
I will smite you down with lightning.
Yes, smiting somebody down as opposed to smiting them up.
Yep. It's great fun.
I don't think you understand what fun is.
I don't think a lot of people understand what fun is.
What is fun?
What is
Baby,
fun?
hurt me. Hurt me. Some more. Oh, that's a good song. Oh, fuck you.
Dog.
That's also like the good shot of the hey, the fire didn't really do much this. It keeps like hanging on the angle of Tsubasa falling down with the lance. So it's just like a great upskirt shot. Man. Then how
Go, Kane! Smite him with your motorcycle. He's definitely the edgiest of this group. Especially because I have him currently. I have Mr. What's his face over here? Just dressed in his like regular.
Yeah, he's just the fucking school clothes or like workout clothes. Everybody else is serious, he's just fucking casually filming that.
That's what I did with Persona. I just had everybody. Like, I took the main character, put it in, just he trained. Like Persona, and so in all the fight sequences and whatnot, he's just in regular clothes, and everyone else is running around in their normal stuff. I was like, yep, I don't give a crap.
Oh man, my favorite is still Persona 4. After like the cross-dressing part, you get all the outfits for the guys. And there's flavor tech for when you're wearing special outfits. That whole like festival, whatever it was, when the cross-dressing thing happened is hilarious.
See, I didn't need to heal. I was perfectly fine.
No, but it would happen.
I think I was also a little bit overleveled.
The boss also might not have died. He wouldn't have wasted the bead. Need some revival breed. Super Pegasus. Set you on fire.
This Pegasus is on fire.
Oh god. You know how terrifying all these
It really turns me on.
Two completely different songs that have nothing each other. Is this okay? New skill. Basta. This is fine. It's kind. They use all the Japanese pronunciations.
I mean, this entire game is in Japanese, so...
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
I think it would have been interesting had they done an English version of it, though I think a majority of the audience who bought it would have never...
They would complain in one of the Japanese voices.
Well, I mean, as long as it was included with it, I don't think it would have been a problem. But I don't think... Yeah. But, and I think with that, it would have had a significantly larger audience.
Yeah,
it had the English part to it.
There have been more people buy it.
But at the same time, I think this game was expensive enough to make as it was.
Yeah, because they did a lot of voice lines in this entire game.
I mean, it's like, it was expensive and they had to localize it. It probably was just way too much effort. Especially with all the songs and whatnot that are in here. That would have caused all sorts of legal problems. I mean, it already... Just trying to deal with Japanese music laws. Pain in the ass.
It's also like, point out the fact that not all the songs would sound as good in English as they would in Japanese.
Yeah, they would have definitely needed to grab some sort of, the amount of effort to localize a lot of the songs would have been way
a lot of,
much.
like, exact wording would be changed as well as to fit, like, the beat and the tempo, as well as just the whole, like, song itself might have to be altered slightly.
I think Fire Emblem has only successfully done that once, and that was in Echoes.
Yeah.
As the, because what was done in Fates, I mean, it sounds great until you start actually analyzing it from a, on a more, musical.
The problem I had with it is that it's played too much.
Oh yeah, that's also a problem. It's like, we're going to play this song over and over again until someone dies.
And it's also like a Deus Ex Machina the entire time for Hoshido's half. Where, hey, Zoro, we're gonna die, sing. Zoro, Tsukumi's possessed, sing. Zoro, this dragon has been revived, sing. Zoro, my dad's an evil dragon, we have to kill him again, sing. Oh wait, you're dead, damn it.
Azura, you're dead. Sing.
Pretty much.
Azura, we chose the wrong option at the beginning of the game. Sing. Oh no, Azura, we didn't buy the special edition, so we had to wait an extra... What was it?
Week or something?
I think it was 3 weeks.
It was long enough. People cared.
It was enough to be obnoxious. But I bought the special edition, so I was like, meh, and then I played it once.
I at least played through all 3.
I tried. I sincerely tried. And then, basically how bad the plot was drove me into one storyline, and then I realized how bad the plot was and never went back to it after I finished.
Also, Tiki Merchant, the TV in the background. Gotta buy those body pillows. I don't think it was a body pillow, it was probably like a mug or something. Hey, Michael.
There's the part of me that questions, it's like, just some of these animations. It's like, why?
Because it's anime, and they do that for no real reason.
It's like everything moves more than it really should, but you know, it's anime. Yeah, but a part of me is very glad though that they did not dub this over.
Yeah, it's fine.
Another part of me wishes they hadn't done any censorship, because I think the whole concept of censoring anything is dumb.
If it doesn't need to be censored, it's fine. It's like some things need to have censorship for the sake of keeping it in the right marketplace with like ratings and all that.
And even then, like, a majority of people, like, this game is rated T, isn't it?
I think so. But like my point still stands of like, what were the changes they needed to make to actually keep the ed team rather than leave it at mature?
Mm-hmm. But I think it got a mature, or at least the effective mature rating in Japan. I'm not sure. I'd have to look.
You got a text message. Mike's saying, "Hey, I'm over here."
Mike's like, "Hey, hey, hey, you." I've got a map thing for you to run over to places. Wait, they won't let me go until I finish reading these sentences.
Yeah, that's how that works.
This is so dumb.
This is why like it would be a weird thing. It wouldn't be as bad on the Switch because it would just be in the menu.
Or, you know, if I could read them while I moved.
You can normally. It's just for like the important ones. You can't move around and read.
So let's pretend that the main quest doesn't happen, and go to a side quest. Because that's how I play these games.
Yeah, all the side quests, then they give you your allies bonus stuff. They tell you to meet you at certain places, and you're also ready for a couple more carnage if you need it.
So many text messages. Leave me alone, people. I don't care.
And like one or two of them from like Tsubasa.
Kiria's radiant skill, bewitching desire.
Oh yeah,
Kiria's radiant skill, EP fitness. Kiria's radiant skill, ready for unity, Lightoma. Kiria's radiant skill, endless song. They're all Kiria or nothing.
Oh, no carnages at all, really?
I think I already took care of those.
I thought you at least had one from the performer you got from that rare enemy.
Probably don't have the rest of the performer necessary.
Maybe you need to start performing.
Oops.
You did the wrong thing!
I don't know where I'm going.
I don't know where. They told you where to go in the text messages.
Yeah, I know. But I'm going back to go do my, my upgrades.
I don't remember what the laptop does. I don't remember what the laptop is anyway. It's not like in
his walking movement is so weird.
Yeah. But unrefined. Oh yes. It's girl.
後ろからちゃんと向かい合うよあなたの
後ろ
Tarja, stop.
あ
気に入ったわあなた
It's there, I guess.
よし
お任せあれ
He's like, yeah!
お兄ちゃん変なとこで優しいんだか
Yes.
You have to look people in the eyes when you talk to them. I like to look in their eyes.
魔法を使わせたら誰にも負けない Large objects distract the movement of light.
え
My eyes are attracted to the boobs because they're distracting them from the light.
時々キリア
キリアさん
期待しているキリアを
I
助けたい
remember somebody using that as a joke.
頼んだから
あそうなんだ
Secretly, Itsuki is the personification of the great and almighty Dulio,
これからも時々
except with none of his charisma. and all of him being a dumbass.
I don't say dumbass, I just say oblivious. He's not stupid by enemies, he just doesn't understand, like, social stigmas.
Actually, no, that would make sense to Tulio, wouldn't it? Because, you know, he sort of, let Lynn go on that, cannibal spree for a little while. Batman Lynn.
He plays fast and loose with the law.
If nobody condemns it, then it's perfectly okay, right?
I don't know. My ancestors are smiling on the Imperial. Can you say the same? Ah, Skyrim. God, I still don't understand why she looks like that.
Who?
Imperial, why she looks like fucking Edgy Severa.
She actually looks like edgy, Hatsune, I can't say words today. Hatsune Miku. Who?
That works too. But yeah, it's mostly the pigtails that make her Edgy Severa.
Yeah, it's like straight up edgy Hatsune Miku.
She got an eye patch.
Oh, that's what makes her edgy.
Yeah, all the black didn't make her edgy, the eye patch does.
I guess I was like, I guess we should watch through one of these, but as I then proceed to skip through it. She really doesn't have a lot of black, a lot of dark blues and purples though.
Yeah, it's a very like simple color palette. Like maybe 3 colors, 4 colors at most.
But I just like how they're just like, I'm just gonna stand back here.
I also find it interesting how like Kyria's hair somehow gets longer when she's in the Karn form.
By the power of anime, anything is possible.
This isn't Sailor Moon, motherfucker. These are real people. I think Toma side story you can do.
Yeah, that's what I was actually gonna go do. So then Itsuki decides instead of going for the main waifu, takes her sister instead.
Yes.
We need to go to Shibuya.
It's all Shibuya.
Shibuya!
Japanese is a language that I don't know.
Japanese is a language that I pretend to know very little of. I can pick out a word or two here and there, but a lot of that is due to the fact that I took classes and I was like, oh, I recognize this word, I recognize this sentence, I don't understand what it means, but I recognize it, and that's all that matters. And I can read a few, I've recently been reading manga in Japanese. Wow, they expected me to be like super low level for this apparently.
Hmm.
But
well, Kyria is 15 or whatever.
Mm-hmm. So like, did I have access to it before like that quest, or?
No. You're supposed to do that first. And Tomo's texting you saying, hey, meet me over here.
Go to Ikebukuro. Oh, sodane. That sounds like a very good place to go.
What is with Japan's obsession with the French?
They have an obsession with the French?
No, it's just like a weird thing. Like anime, for some reason, just shows a lot of French stuff in it.
There's French. I see quite a lot of English people. I love the stereotypical American that they have in anime. Mostly because they're all, generally speaking, they're all assholes.
Yeah, well, that's nothing new. Loud American's loud American.
What's funny is a lot of Japanese companies have a position that's effectively called Loud American. It's where they pay somebody to... Basically, they pay an American to upplay the stereotypes of Americans in the workplace that prevent the bosses and whatnot from doing something stupid. Because in Japan,
they're not allowed to talk back.
Well, it's because it's not. They're not even.
They're supposed to follow their superiors' orders regardless of how stupid they think it is, because that's just how it is over there.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I learned this stuff when I was like looking at the differences between game design here in America and Japan.
Well, it's a lot of the
director's vision, regardless of if it's stupid or doesn't work or you can't do it.
And so they hire. Well, it's a lot of it is it's just the cultural thing.
Yeah. It's like disrespectful and all that.
Yeah, they're all about the. This is an honorable thing to do.
Yeah.
And you don't do that. So they hire an American who gives no shits about that because we don't.
About Japanese culture, I have nothing to do with this. Fuck off, mate.
And it's like your ideas, it's like. That's right, except for the part where you want us to actually do that. It was, yeah.
Your words are crap, your ideas are crap, and so are you. That's essentially it.
And I was like, I kind of want that job. But at the same time...
You'd have to learn Japanese and all.
Yeah, and I got little to no, if I'm not actually taking a Japanese class that I'm paying for, I won't really put much effort into actually learning the language.
Yeah.
Or it's like, unless it's a requirement for me to learn the language, I'm not going to do it, because there's this thing, if I don't have to do it, I can spend more time sleeping.
And it's also just like how game design here in America is more so the director pitches an idea and all the developers with him talk about like how they can incorporate it and how it might be better or not.
What seems feasible and what isn't.
Yeah. Oh, that keeps happening.
Will you come train with me? No. Sorry, dude, I only fly solo. Going to the Adolosphere in Daitama. We're going to kill whatever the hell this is. It's a hat. My goal is to defeat 5 of them. But it's like, I kill those things in like 2 hits. What's the point? You're just wasting my time. Do it yourself. How else are you supposed to be as buff as I am? I'm the president of the Fortune Telling Club, and I want to practice my gift. Approach with modesty, and outcomes become favorable. Round elevator. I guess that's in the Idolosphere?
Yeah. You tell her to go to a place and there's either an item there or something waiting for you.
Neat.
The Idolosphere is on the right, by the way.
That I just entered.
You're supposed to like hats with Toma in there, right?
Yep.
Go ahead and murder them hats.
will step on these hats in all their hat dignity.
Oh, God, way. Not the hat.
Oni-chan! Why are you training with Toma? I was forced into it. None of this is my fault.
I'm still laughing at they put Steven calling Oni-chan. It's just like dimorphism of there's just somebody that much bigger than you.
So do I have to kill the things with seconds? That's what it was saying, I think?
You have to kill, home or the part of the
Neat. I think I should probably bring in what's-her-face so that... I guess I should level the people up first, then bring in what's-her-face.
Yeah. It's radiant skill, ready for unity.
Radiant unity! A part of me is glad that I chose him.
You gotta save the world! Guard. Guard confusing.
A local sensation, apparently. I get like no experience from this because I'm over leveled.
Oh, yeah, you can change your weapons now.
Alright.
You got the full. And Kirya is also going to be on the screen now.
Oops. I hit B too many times. Change in the wardrobe.
EP or Epi. English is a weird language.
No, I think it also comes from like French or something.
Yeah.
Or some other strange European language.
Well, it's like, what is it? How the French say bird. So do you know the story about why French is a weird language?
All I know is that it's a really weird language.
So, for example, the word bird is pronounced wazoo. Right?
Sure.
How it's spelled?
No.
O-A-I-X-A-U. That is pronounced wazoo, according to French.
Okay. I'll believe the French, I guess.
This is because back in the day when the printing press was made, the French can pay by the letter rather than
Oh, right, yeah, I've heard
by
about
the
this.
word. So all the printing press workers to make more money just added fucking letters and shit everywhere so they wouldn't make any fucking sense. Just so they can make extra money off of shit.
Seems reasonable.
Yeah, because the French king was an idiot and didn't deal with the rest of the kings of the world for doing it at the time. Cleave has powered up. It is now Cleave 2. The Cleavening.
And in this case, the sequel is better than the prequel.
I don't know, Cleave 1 is pretty good. I need a fake movie called Cleave 1 and Cleave 2.
It's everything that Cleave 1 was, but different.
Character development, Cleave 1 wasn't as good as Cleave 2. Hey, treasure key. And hey, look, side quest.
Nope.
No. Later. Usually one of the things sitting down there. They have something to say. It looks like big shadows around you. Didn't like you.
They wanted my money. I wanted my lunch money.
What money? Oh god. We're far again, aren't we?
I like how it's like 17 experience, but you only get like 3.
Well, it's split up between the 3 characters.
That makes sense. That's
So
the
it's
thing.
6, 6, and 5. You did it. Someone's happy now.
It's gonna go through a magical girl sequence.
This platform was open. He's released the 6th Performa gate.
Oh no. Could be too dangerous.
It's only the 8th one that kills you.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's not nearly as dangerous. The 8th one is the performa of drug abuse and addiction.
It's the hard fall. You can use the boss's ability to teleport out here too.
Let's make like a citizen of Colorado and blow this joint.
Huh. I guess that's one way to put it.
And it teleports us right where I wanted.
The best way. Beam me up, Scotty. And everybody needs to talk to you now.
Shut up, Tsubasa, I don't care.
Shut up, love interest. I don't care about you yet.
You're not important.
Not yet, anyway.
The only thing good about you is your blue hair. It means you're a protagonist.
Not even blue, it's like a greenish black. Weird. It's got shine even in places where it can't shine. In the middle of fucking night.
It's because she has a computer program. Therefore, anything is possible.
The boss is a computer.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Tiki.
No, I was talking about Tsubasa. Like her hair like greenish with like the weird shine that somehow shines even in the dark.
She fell into nuclear waste. It's not really. That's not green at all. What are you talking about? That's definitely blue.
I guess. It's the shine that makes me think it's green.
If anybody's hair is close to green, it's what's her face over here.
Yeah.
He has red hair. That signifies that he is totally the sidekick.
I don't know, Roy had red hair.
He's definitely a sidekick.
So did Elliewood.
He was a sidekick to Hector.
To be fair, Lilina should have been the Lord of Six.
Secretly, she was, but she didn't want Roy to feel too bad, so she let him have it.
And Roy gets sad until chapter 27 or something, when he finally promotes. Full genome. Also Raika. Lightning on his lightning on. He just eats shit.
Secretly, the guy in the costume was Itsuki. Because he wanted to kick him in the face.
Itsuki was subbing in for whoever's supposed to do Raiga.
Just so that he could kick him in the face. Your pants are on fire. Why? Because I lit them. I doused it in gasoline.
Slowly detail why your pants are now on fire. You see, set up a lie detector that sets off a match that will light your pants on fire.
Mission complete.
Mission complete.
Mission Capri-Sun.
Capri-Sun.
I haven't had Capri-Sun in so long.
I haven't either.
I want more Capri-Sun in my life. Inspirations take form as a new performer. Rider's energy.
Rider.
She is definitely one of the better heroes to summon in Fate's Day Night.
I don't know this.
Making obscure anime references.
I wouldn't know if it's obscure. It's mostly because I don't watch anime in general.
Okay, it's actually really not all that obscure. It's one of the more well-known.
Like, I've heard the name before, I just don't know the anime.
Oh no, I have to do a Tiki side quest now? That sounds dangerous. Because we're gonna do anything but the main story.
Doesn't matter. People don't care.
Oh, it's like, oh no, we've only got so much time before the world ends. I'm gonna go do all of the side quests before that.
Quick, Garnet survived. Wait, Tiki's dying or something. I gotta help her first. She got married.
Oh, I better find the person who married you, so they can get thrown into jail.
Isn't it a lady? Isn't it a lady who has Tiki, my wife, or whatever?
I think so.
You need to go look for this waifu person. This game has a bunch of great dialogue, by the way.
It's definitely silly. Nope, nothing there to do.
Toma. No, Toma got the Toma. He just doesn't have the thing to do it.
Yeah, that's the one that uses the mecha converter from the one guy. We don't have the other things that are necessary.
Maka, but yes.
Oh, it looked like an E. From where I'm standing. Even though I'm sitting. You know, if she is a digital being, technically, wouldn't she almost be, like, all-powerful, effectively, in this day and age?
Yes, but there's also the fact of what her programming allows her to do. Like, it's obvious that she's sentient and all that, but how much is, like, she allowed access to, like, what is it? ED before you break the server's chains or whatever? Like, how much is ED allowed to do before the server's chains are broken off?
That would make sense. But but did they realize that she was sentient, and therefore put in those restraints?
Well, the only people that know she's actually a real thing is the people working in the office. Everybody else thinks it's just like the Udoid or whatever the hell it's called, like Hatsune Miku thing. Where it's just like a thing you can use to make songs.
I had to think pretty hard about who you were referring to with ED. I was like, that name, I recognize it. It's like, look at that loner guy over there. He's just talking to himself.
He's just eating flan. What's with him? Fantastic flan. Eat fantastic flan.
Fantastic, in fact.
Yes, that's what I said.
For millennia, dragons have raided and pillaged human villages for gold. Lately, however, they've heard of this thing called wages, where humans will give them gold for doing jobs. Capitalism saves the day. You mean instead of spending an hour burning down the village and maybe stealing 100 gold pieces, all you want me to do is just spend 10 minutes lightly breathing until under the forges, and you'll give me 25 pieces a week, just like that, every week. How will you afford this? Well, we won't have to rebuild a village once a month for starters. The response to that, goddamn, one of my first thoughts after reading this was dragon prostitutes.
Yeah,
well,
right.
If it happens to be D&D, and it happens to Farah, can't remember which one of the systems it is, but basically every third barkeep happens to be a either a dragon in disguise or a high-level adventurer, or both.
You're just walking around the streets and you just see Noe.
It's like, and that's definitely a dragon. Americans have $33 billion worth of unused technologies just sitting around. GameStop values it at $6.
かすかに人間のパフォーマンスかどうしたわからないがそれとは別に強力な気配を
I
感じ
sense a disturbance.
用心するに越したことはないな行こう
Be on our guard, we must be. Let's go, Chrome.
Yoda and Mario.
Look, he has multiple personality disorder. The Tulio persona is trying to take over.
The two-headed Tulio?
The great and mighty Tulio.
Let's
see. Idolosphere map. I wonder if it tells me what floor the thing I'm looking for is on. The answer is no. Idolosphere map, you failed me.
Looking for?
Wherever this person happens to be. I think she's probably going to be, now that I think about it, on one of the platform places. Let's try the 7th floor first. And we're going to change our casting. Doop, doop, doop. Wait, we kind of need him because he's still learning. Let's go with that. That sounds like a good team. By the power of teamwork, even though we'll have no 3-person sessions available. They are definitely not up here.
Go ahead.
Yep, I lost connection to something. Oh, for some reason I have TeamSpeak on. That would make sense.
Oh. Speak backwards. Do it. Do it now.
What am I doing backwards?
Or no. Speaking.
No. Didn't realize I had Discord.
Alright, somebody rewind that.
Go to the 6th floor, or is it the 3rd floor that has the... I think it's the 3rd floor that's the closest. Because I know it's in one of these locations.
Area. Yeah, someone's just told you she would be here.
Just for good measure.
You just cut him up and walk away.
Never saw anything.
Probably saved, by the way.
You never need to save if you don't make any mistakes.
You're not wrong.
Therefore, I must save as many times as I physically possibly can.
Hey, here it is.
Ah, よかった。そのノートパソコン。
He is waifu.
Hi.
I am a very boring person. I don't understand this waifu concept.
私、それで。
The exit is over there. If you hit the teleporter, it will take you down to the 1st floor. I won't explain how the teleporter works.
Just kinda
That'll be $7.
Wait,
why am I paying you for this? You didn't have to do any of this. Whoever hired you to do this. Now he realizes he's been tricked.
I've been scammed.
Chiki, what's happened?
Cheeky money. She can't redeem them until it looks like he needs to. Don't know how long that'll take.
3,000 years, I believe? Or is it more than that? Or is it 2,000? I don't remember. However many years were between...
It's 2,000, I think.
The end of Fire Emblem, was it 12? I think it was 12.
Yeah. It's also just funny to me because 2 years passed and he still looks the same. Most of the other characters look the same too, it's just... There's just a lot of funny stuff with that.
Magical gold transformation sequence activate.
The other one haircut active.
Ooh, Sean! How do you have longer hair than both of you combined? I don't know. Don't think about it. It only works if you don't think about it. What are those guys weak to? I'm going to assume being stabbed. And they're apparently also weak to ice.
Yep.
Let's see if they're also weak to being stabbed. With a different method.
Super step. Go.
Rumpaging with Stumpy!
Using the random chance for
I like it with stuff.
which auto session.
And that's always lovely.
I'm telling you about stuff. You hit them hard enough, they can't do shit. Just for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Woohoo!
And nobody has anything to say for advice.
No, but that's because now that you have learned new carnages.
But have the ability to do so.
Yeah. I think the next one you get started in the skill session. More devious. But they try to sound me and
Don't ask me. 'Cause I don't know.
English is language. You could also just use Tsubasa's thing to teleport back to the office. But I think you just want to go back outside right now.
To the
do
office.
You have to go back to the office? Do you have to...
No, because that's what we need to do.
Okay.
We need to go to... I think that's what it is.
Tiki?
Tiki, what did you say? I wasn't paying attention. Yes, why don't you go talk to Tiki?
Okay. I was just saying, don't just teleport because you think you have to.
Did I lose you?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I'm alive. Thanks.
Because what you're saying just got off and then...
Oh.
I want to go to the core, not to the CDs.
The CDs are good though.
They contain nothing but weeaboo fighting magics. Transformation sequence. Activate. I wasn't trying to figure out how to fuse with you. At all. I don't care if I happen to be a... let's see, how old was she? Like 3,000 years old?
He was... Oh, I think it's either 3 or 800 by the time Marth finds her.
Okay, that makes sense. It's like, I don't care if you're an 800-year-old lolly. You're still a lolly, therefore Child Protective Services. So I love the way that he laughed. He's just like, ah. Some of these animations are really silly.
Oh yeah, a lot of it's great. The game has a lot of good dialogue and a lot of good just characters talking with each other.
It's silly. It's lots of fun. Imagine if we truly got the Shin Megami Cross Fire Emblem.
Oh, it would be a different game.
It would have been a very different game.
It's not like this was bad.
No, this was lots of fun. But it's definitely not what people wanted or expected. And I didn't expect my bookshelf to suddenly do that, so that was dangerous.
Fun.
Gotta save the Ocarina of Time.
Oh no.
Link amiibo.
You put Tsubasa in the back, so she's still 15.
Haha, sucks to be you, Tsubasa. Everyone else is.
Oh man. Can you imagine if they're like the levels turn of their age?
You know, thinking about it, there's an anime that kind of does that. It's called The Rising of the Shield Hero. And in effect, what ends up happening with the Beastmen creature peoples the higher, they basically, like, the age is normal if they aren't like power leveled or whatever, but if they hit like level 20 or something like that, they will become adults physically as they level up. Which is kind of interesting. At the same time, there's a lot of things that could go horribly, horribly wrong with that. Be ashamed, Tsubasa. I don't give a shit about what you're talking about.
Oh man, I imagine an RPG where you could lose experience.
That would be kind of interesting. That reminds me of it's a game, I don't know if the game could come out yet, or if it's coming out. But effectively, you play an RPG in reverse.
Oh.
Like, you start at the final boss fight, and effectively you get hit by an attack that makes you forget everything. And the way you deal damage to the boss, and like do attacks and whatnot, is by having flashbacks to the past. I can't remember what the name of the game is. But I think it was supposed to be coming out for the Switch. I'd have to look. It's been a while since I've seen anything about it.
Yeah.
Which is why I can't remember what it's called.
I think all the side quests are done now, so stop by the mart and buy stuff. And prepare for the next chapter.
The next chapter.
Where you hear the cool song from the cool guy.
Hey, mister, I am Mad Scientist. Oh, I forgot to talk to What's-Her-Face to actually complete the job.
Oh, Tiki.
Well, no, not that.
Talk to her?
No, the person in Datama or wherever it's at. I completely forgot to talk to them.
What, Tiki's waifu?
No, because you don't have to talk to them afterwards.
No.
That person.
Oh yeah, the fortune teller lady.
What do you want, Tiki? I don't care.
Ah.
She's talking about how awesome I was fighting off, I guess, the savage encounter, I guess is what they're talking about.
Maybe. I don't know.
It's like, look, I may be a main character, but that doesn't mean everyone has the right to come on to me.
Yeehaw! Is Dark Anna in there yet?
It's during the day. Dark Anna's only at night.
Is that how that works?
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I know she shows up in like the right corner. Wears a mask and she looks cool. It might be after chapter 2 starts that she shows up. But yeah, you just generally want to save the tickets for when she shows up. I'll buy you now. I'll take 7.
I mean, he only has like $483 on him. Or $38 on him. It's like, I got so much money, I could, you know, do this for a living. I wish I had $483 in my pocket.
No, you don't. You don't know where it came from.
As long as it's legal currency, and they can't prove that I did anything, I think I'm fine.
Alright then, you'll receive $480 in pennies.
And all of them are in my pocket.
I don't know how they're in there, but yeah.
Just $483 in pennies just start filling up my pocket one by one until all of my pockets just explode.
Either that or they take every single pants that you own, every single pair of pants that you own, and just fill each one with enough money.
That would be a superpower I would like to have. Just like, yep, I can just reach into my pocket and I have enough money to do whatever I need to do at that moment.
It's kind of a lame superpower.
I mean, it would be, but it'd also be, or the superpower to make anything be like either super convenient or instantly completed, or like any menial task like instantly completed. So it's like, oh, I need to do my laundry. Superpower, boom, all of it's instantly done.
I would rather have the ability to manipulate probability.
I mean, that would also be really nice too.
I have a 100% chance of my laundry being done by somebody else and them thanking me for it. There's a 100% chance that money will fall in front of me and nobody did aside from me.
Okay, is that just me, or is she like wearing a thong thing or something?
A little bit, yeah. Either that or her just pants are just cut just low enough that her like her panties are just weird.
I don't know, it's just like, that looks so weird. I was like, what?
There's a 0% chance that it will rain today. And now you get to see Tsubasa and her performance of Feel.
And then she trips and accidentally falls off the building. Oops.
God damn it, Sumiya. Oops, tripped over a ladybug.
Oops, tripped over the flat ground. Sadly, her persona is Cheetah instead, so... And I don't think Cheetah nearly is,
We're gonna collect.
Yeah. But unlike Sumiya, I don't... Wait, wait, what? I mean, if this is all part of the music video, how did they do all of this? I mean, I get that, but I mean the whole, like, they completely recreated her, persona form, or whatever it's called.
I think they just do it at will. I don't think they need to be inside those spheres to see and perform.
I mean, do we have any evidence that ever... I mean, I guess actually we do.
And let's also point out the fact that you can just change the outfit whenever you want. In battle, so they don't have to be wearing the Carnage outfit when they fight. They could be wearing something else.
They're like, what are you reading there? Or, I mean, news? What's that bulge in your pants? My wallet?
Everything's in order, carry on.
It's my banana, and it's banana armor.
Banana saber sleeve.
Have you seen the, actually, I think it was, I'm trying to remember where I saw it. I think it was a Facebook post that they were selling, I don't remember the exact name of it, but I think it was banana armor. And everybody was making, dick innuendos.
Yeah, just a bunch of dick jokes.
And the, they're like Facebook people were just rolling with it. Wait, what was he saying? I think he was talking about what's her face. He's like, now go give her a pat on the back. Sounds like a chore. What would Julio do?
Nobody cares.
Leo chooses that option.
分かった。通しとけ。
I don't know what option I chose. I wasn't looking. Urban Wild.
いらっしゃいませ。いらっしゃい。
変わった点。
Yeah, there's Dark Anna.
おいら君はよ。
どうしてそれを。
異世界の敵と戦うヒーローだ。
I also like how it's Black Frost that she's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's also prizes in here that you don't see. Like, Master Seals and some other stat boosting items, I think. Hey, that's nice.
It's three mel marks per draw.
Yeah.
That's it.
Buy some items, get 1 L marks and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Smoke machine's useful if you need to run away. The stones are useful for covering shit you can't do.
Sadly, you can only carry so many of them.
Yeah. Dekaja and Dakunda are useful as well. They know if that changes for you and the opponent, respectively. Either that or reverse, respectively, backwards. Gonna buy that hole?
No way.
Keyhole.
Spending all of my money.
Yeah, why not? You can get no mark out of it. You can also sell some items, I think, but I don't know if you have any you need to sell.
Cures all ailments except unconsciousness.
Hell yeah! That's just delicious. One pot is gone.
You'll never catch me alive! Ha ha ha! I wish they... a part of me wants more, or wants there to be more Dexter's Lab. Another part of me realizes that I don't think Cartoon Network could do it. Don't forget what we talked about. You got to help out Tsubasa when she needs it. You should be at Uzai Lesson Studio now. Sometimes I worry about you, man. You have these days where your head is just in the clouds.
Why is he Irish now?
Look, he's multicultural. Gotta run, gotta run, gotta run, gotta run now. He needs a run button. Or he just sprints down the street, shunting everyone aside.
He needs a run button.
Just dance! Put on your red shoes and dance the blues. Just dance! How's it going? I'm not going to recognize any of your advances. After all the stuff with Aya, I feel like a huge weight's been lifted off my shoulders. But in reality, it's because I stopped eating nearly as much. And exercised regularly. And started eating and have a properly scheduled diet. So, in reality, it is all due to better health management.
But then you can say she started working out and just has big muscles now. Just the weight doesn't feel anything because she just lifted properly now.
Shit!
I was like, shit!
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
The best character in the game.
Because he plays up the whole like English stereotype or American stereotype.
Yeah. The American video books is basically.
He's a beautiful man.
そう終わったか
It's a cool guy.
Hello, I am edgy Mr. Heterochromia person.
Heterochromia man.
That is all of my personality. Is the fact that I have 2 different colors of eyes, and I'm supposed to look edgy as balls. I'm also supposed to hate you, for no reason.
Yashiro Sugi.
Because I'm a total dick.
He's part of a rival company, is mostly, I think, what it is. But yeah, he's got heterochrome. He's got all the anime stereotypes with heterochromia and the one stripe of hair that's different colors.
I'm also secretly a trigender pyrofox. And I identify as an attack helicopter.
Did you just say a trigender pyrofox?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Make sure I heard that right.
そうだよといてもタレントとか歌手ってよくこっちには
You are a rather strange one. Haha, it takes one to know one.
そう
Get wrecked, nerd!
Oh!
Dick burn!
Bam, 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 bam.
待て
Learn how to redirect landing from Iroh.
まあいい
He's long, tan, and handsome.
These walking animations, though, are just... they bug me.
So the walking that bugs you, not them, like, you know, doing anything else.
I mean, if I'm really truly gonna criticize animations, their walking animations are really bad. Especially with like Persona and things like that, where their walking animations are actually relatively good. But I don't think this had nearly the same budget or staff working on it.
Yeah.
He's called the Prince of Ratings. They call him the Prince of Ratings. Well, I call him the Prince of, shit, I can't think of anything. Get back to me on that.
I wish I had 4 thumbs, so I can give that joke 4 thumbs down.
それでもあのやつだ
He's the Prince of Ratings. Damn, that means he's cool.
More like
the Prince of Failings.
More like the Prince of Tennis. I mean,
Mirage Master. それに芸能人としてやっていくのならいいものにはたくさん触れる気だって。
マイクさん
一緒に見に行こうね。
Like this dick.
Look, Tsubasa, I won't join your cult.
I don't care if you suck that guy's dick on Wednesday.
It's like, I don't want to join any cult of Idun. I don't care. It's like,
oh, but it's the Divine Dragon.
As much as you is like, was it Idun? Wasn't Idun the evil dragon?
Yes, but Idun before that was the Divine Dragon.
Okay.
So quick story time, you're not gonna play through 6 and don't really bother you care. Idun was a divine dragon that would steal the way during scouring and force into becoming the demon dragon.
Okay, that's neat. You know what I think should be in the next Fire Emblem? An enemy that isn't a giant dragon.
It would be cool. Bring back the Demon King.
That would also be kind of cool.
King?
Or if they like had a sequel to, or a pseudo sequel to that one game, Sacred Stones. Yeah, that one. That one's the one with the demon, right?
Yeah. With Leon. For some reason, his name's not Lion, it's Leon.
Leon! Where were they supposed to go again?
It's somewhere in Shibuya, isn't it?
I was supposed to head back to the office. I looked at my text messages. Even though I tell them to leave me alone, I won't stop it.
You ignore the text messages only to look back them? Stop talking to me. Wait, what did you say?
Stop talking to me. Wait, what did you say? I wasn't listening.
Also, it's now half Kirya and half Tsubasa. Maori.
Hello, I am Token Kamono Girl.
The kid has a show called Microwaving with Her.
Where we microwave things like dynamite. I missed that YouTube channel. Microwave this, where they just microwave random shit. And they might, one of their episodes was microwaving dynamite. I don't remember whatever happened to them. Did they get taken off YouTube or?
I don't know. But her show is a cooking show about all the things you can make with microwaves. She's also, I think, 14 or something. Somewhere around there. Like early teens.
I believe too. I mean, Memories is fine. I mean, Mamori.
Memories. I mean boobs. I mean melons. I mean memory.
I mean, don't take me away, officer.
She barely has them. Her name's very deceiving.
He opens up a notebook. Harem plus one.
Plus what? God, why? Wouldn't end well. Being like a 15-year-old going to a fucking harem.
In 5 years.
Soda, and it would heal you.
The issue is I don't have any money.
Oh. Spent it all on porn. I see how it is. You spent the last bit of your money on that one gotcha gem.
Let's see, do I have any more of these? No, I don't.
No, but you should probably still save.
That is probably a good idea.
Just so you aren't wasting time.
Wasting time is my favorite thing to do.
You know it's not.
You're right. Nope, I'm just gonna leave her do that. See you later. Going home.
Like, nah, whatever.
I kind of want a game where you can just do that. Where it's like, oh, here's the story, but you know what? I don't want to deal with it. I'm gonna go home, and story just happens without you ever being there.
I'm sure there's a game that did that.
緊張してるよ。だってナロでモデルのお仕事だよ。
なんの？確か。
フィールが好評だからね。大手出版社大丈夫。
I'm gonna be a model. You think my boobs are big enough?
Look, they can add 15 pounds in editing.
I'm not saying where the 15 pounds are going.
Straight to your nose.
I would sit on exactly one leg.
Straight to one earlobe.
Just right now. How would that work?
Just like it like breaks your neck. Ah!
Her head's already tilted in the photo.
Let's see how much of a player is Tulio. Get his notebook. I think that's the right answer.
Well, he just says the thing and he's completely oblivious to what he means by it.
Yes, but secretly in his mind, all of his actions are being guided by the spirit of Tulio.
Yeah, but I don't think he knows that.
Well, of course, otherwise the spirit of Tulio wouldn't guide him. He is a fourth dimensional being who only acts. Yeah. He's a fourth wall being, there we go. That's the word I was looking for.
Oh, dude, no, he should be fifth dimensional being like Batmite.
I love Batmite. Batmite is probably my favorite part of... let's see which... I know he was one of my favorite things in the Teen Titans cartoons, where like Batmite shows up and just causes all sorts of problems.
Yeah. He's shown up in like comics and a bunch of other stuff though.
It's always funny.
A bunch of other, like, animated series stuff.
I know there was a Batman the Brave and the Bold that had Batmite. I don't think Batmite was in Batman the Animated Series.
No, it was too serious to have Batmite in there. It's not like comics where they could just like kind of put it in anywhere, really.
There's this article that caught my attention. It was saying something about gravier models. I mean, about people that have gone missing. Yeah, I mean, that article. Totally.
I was gonna say, it said you had implants. How true is that?
Crap, where was I supposed to go get? Out the door.
Saitama.
Now it's gonna tell me where I'm supposed to go. Yo, Itsuki, you got the second. What's up? Just saw Spasa earlier. She looked very distracted. I ran. I saw her run into a telephone pole. And then she frankly apologized to it.
Yeah, ran into a telephone pole. Apologize to it. Next thing you know, she'll marry the pole.
Oh no, it's worse than I thought. She's pansexual. I don't think that is what she means, Itsuki. You moron. I think she is a very distracted person. Something about a model at a gig. And some photos, and something along those lines. You must go keep an eye on her. Because I will be your wingman, even if you do not try. I don't know what you are talking about, Toma.
Toma's just dead in the roof and it keeps on somehow lowering it unintentionally.
I have lowered the bar, so it is not that hard to leap over. I mean, it is quite literally 4 feet under the ground. How are you still not able to pass it?
Like Toma sets up a candle at dinner and he knocks over a candle by accident.
You know, I have absolutely no concept of time in this series. I don't know how long, like, over what time period, amount of time does things take place? There's just no... I mean, it's just like, oh, well, you know, time passes, but there's no real feeling of time.
There's no, like, calendars or anything to track the days in this game. But there's no real point in keeping track of the days in this game. Hey, look, Eddie McEdgy over there.
Edgelord, where'd you go?
He's back over when you just walk in. He's like on the far left from where you walked in.
Hello, Edgelord.
Nanda.
Give me all your money. I'm going to mug you.
I'm cool.
I'm going to mug you with this mug.
I'm mugging you. Why aren't you laughing?
She's still a normal girl at heart. That sounds dangerous.
Sense of transforming into a demon.
Oh, I'm in the wrong place. No wonder I can't find it. Tobo! Something that I kind of wish this game had is actually walking around. I mean, like, you kind of have the whole walking around the city bit, but I mean, like, actually having a decent amount of the city to walk around in. Something along the lines of Akiba's Trip, which is a great game, and I highly recommend other people play it. But I don't think I'm going to be playing it on this stream.
The vampires. Why are you supposed to be here? I was just in the background.
They'll never find me. I'm invisible.
I'll blend in with all these colorful people.
I'll blend in with the colorful black colorful background.
Colorful background.
Konnichiwa.
Okay, I think I went to the wrong place.
Yeah, sounds about right. You read the messages?
Nope.
You know where you're supposed to go?
I'm gonna go with no. I'm not seeing icon help. Nope. Bloom Palace. I don't know what those hard mean. What does hard mean? Tell me thing. Healing facility. Okay. I know what that means now. Hey, oh, Mart. I'm gonna wander around to figure out where I'm supposed to go. It's gonna be great.
Not exactly a good idea.
Hey look, I found out where I was supposed to go.
Yay!
Fabulous!
Was it?
What I think is funny is you have all these people, like, Iria is dressed, like, the way she's dressed is nobody who's actually Japanese would dress like that.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Or like that. I don't think any normal person would dress like that.
Yes, but he's in the fashion industry.
That is so many rings. Nobody puts that many rings on. He quite literally, like, if you look at his middle finger, he has a ring on his middle joint and his upper joint.
Yeah, why not? It looks cool. He has to be extraordinarily exuberant to show that he's a fashion man.
I am so fashioned. I have dyed my hair purple. even though it was originally black. I also dyed his hair because it was also black. I also dyed your hair because it was originally black. I dyed everyone's hair because they were all black-haired. Why? Because I realized this was going to be an anime video game, and so I dyed everyone's hair permanently.
Defying all logic.
There's actually an anime that has kind of that, at least has that idea. The main character is born with pink hair, and he realizes that he's the only one with pink hair, so to make it so that he doesn't stand out, so he makes it so he doesn't stand out, he uses his extraordinary psychic ability to make people think pink hair is normal. And then because of that, it causes people to just suddenly be born with strange color of hair, like pink and blue and red. Not, natural red color of hair. And things, yeah. It's a great show. I highly recommend anyone to watch Saikukuso.
You tell me his psychic powers can change the way people think or to actually affect things?
It actually warps reality.
Okay, so it's not just psychic, it's metaphysical.
Yeah, he's basically stupid, like god tier levels of power. If he doesn't have his limiters on, he accidentally can teleport an entire hotel onto a beach in the middle of nowhere.
Alright.
He can change gender at will. And he never actually speaks in the entire show. He telepathically communicates with everyone. And he just makes it, and because of the way he uses his psychic powers, everyone just thinks that's normal.
Why use my mouth when I can think at you?
It's an amazing show, and I highly recommend people go watch it. Or read the manga.
Sounds hilarious. It just sounds nonsense.
Yeah, it's the, I don't remember what the name of the English version of it is. It's on Facebook, or it's on Netflix.
It's on Facebook.
I mean, technically, it probably is. I was supposed to go do something after that guy left. I don't remember what it was.
This is why you pay attention to their conversations. Either you leave and go back to the fortune offices,
or I get told what to go do.
Or still.
The boss was targeted. So,
fight them. No.
They wanted to turn her into a magical girl. We couldn't allow that. It was against her contract.
Who's gonna be the next Sailor Moon?
We had to stop her because after watching what was it? Doka Magica, we realized the beings that allow people to turn into magical girls are actually evil. Spoiler alert, by the way.
どうかした？
ちょっとカメラマンさん。
失敗は？
うん。
悩みとか。
ありがとう、いつき。
あと。
Oh, it's also something else that I highly recommend people to go watch is Doka Magica.
Alright.
It's like, oh, it starts out as a nice, cute little magical girl anime, and then in like episode 3, it gets really, really dark.
What, when he gets beheaded or some shit?
More or less.
Alright then. That sounds about right.
And then people just like dying left and right, and yeah, it gets dark. It's pretty messed up. It's pretty good. I haven't finished watching it. But that's mostly because I have a reoccurring problem of, oh yeah, I'm about 3 episodes in, take it as like, or I think I binge watched 7 episodes straight. Something like that. And then I just sort of forgot that I was watching it. And then I remembered like 3 weeks later, but then I was like, I don't have time to watch this right now. And then I've never gotten back to watching it. Even though I've had more than enough time to go and fish it.
You know, now I'm thinking about it, all those scenes where the characters are like talking in front of Itsuki, they're like at eye level. Does that mean like Itsuki like shrinks and grows depending on who he's talking to?
No, what he does, rather than the shrinking and growing, what he does, when like they're shorter than him, he just squats down.
Okay.
And it's very condescending, like.
The entire world around him gets bigger, so he's at eye level.
He alters reality so that
he alters reality so he doesn't have to put any strain on his body.
I mean, he.
Like, work, fuck that.
Just like the great Tulio did before. Though Tulio never finished his adventure, did he? Or did we? No, we did finish the adventure of Tulio once.
Yes.
No, twice in fact. We finished Tulio's adventure twice.
Did we? I forget the second time.
No, we actually did. Did we finish? Actually, maybe we didn't finish Hector. Did we finish Hector? I think we finished Hector.
So. I don't remember.
I swore we finished Hector's storyline.
Oh, yeah, we did. Because they had the big freak out when you used Athos with the devil tome and he almost died.
It was glorious. I don't know what you're talking about. I think that was the first run. No, wait, the first run through I just killed people. The first run is like, hey, it's the last one. I'm just going to let all of our good characters die.
Oh yeah, it's the fucking creepy photographer.
Hello, I like taking photos. I want to take photos of you. Because I am Super Stucker Man. You know, that actually... I don't have any Pokeballs, but I can only capture you with photos.
This is Pokemon Snap, right?
That's another game that they need to make either a sequel of or an HD remake of.
It would be interesting. I feel like it was wasted. They could have done on the 3DS really well.
Mm-hmm. It probably would have been a really good one on the 3DS.
Yeah, with the gyroscope and...
I still think the Switch could probably go. It'd probably do pretty well on the Switch.
It'll probably do alright on the Switch. It's just that like it's kind of wasted with 3DS having an actual gyroscope and camera on it.
Hmm.
You gotta go to the Idolosphere. Not the Shibuya one up there, it's on the right. Where, found Mr. Cool Guy. Earlier. Because this is the part where you get to see him perform.
Perform. Just dance.
Hey, look, Tsubasa.
Put on your red shoes and dance the blues.
This is also probably my favorite song in the entire game, too. Watching, Mr. Cool Guy perform.
I'm so fancy. No.
I thought it was now you saw it.
I hate this dungeon. I remember this dungeon, and I remember hating this dungeon a whole hell lot. These all look like 3D rendered images.
The models like all missing? Damn! One looks like Celica. And they're like, who?
I've never heard of this Celica person. Is she important?
She's Japanese. He's just sweating because he doesn't know how to answer that question.
Technically, she was created by the Japanese.
What do you mean created? Just slowly pressing questions.
And then Tulio just takes over his body. So...
Error.
All your base are belong to us.
Tulio leaves and they're just like, hey, you okay?
No.
Like, what? No. Just no, and that ends the conversation there. I've never been okay. Ufu, that's one. I'm gonna hit you with this thing.
I don't remember what these are weak to, but holy shit, that guy is like way stronger than me.
Level 16, ain't it?
He's level 19.
Ah.
Nothing I have is super effective.
You can use the land.
I have.
Probably run.
You'll never catch me now. Nyeh, nyeh.
Heal and then save, so you don't lose all this stuff against him.
Sounds like a good idea. Yeah.
I think Toma can switch his weapon now because he's got max on whatever it is. Revival beer.
Oh, I'm special spicy curry.
It's curry, but sure.
It cured him of his unconsciousness.
Sure, why not? Thanks, Soldier.
Needs to have their speed increased by 3.
Those are the items you get, by the way, if you trade the cheese later. You get the incenses.
When you trade the what later?
The Detrius. The items you get from having encounters. I gave Toma a weapon. And save. Nobody can do that.
I already did. I just did.
Ah. Master.
Master. Apprentice. Warrior. Something. Disciple. Something. I don't know the name of the song. I think that's Master of Puppets?
I don't know. Light bulb. Also, if you feel like it's not working out, you could have the boss assisted in Furia.
Hey!
Because
Oh,
the boss is a bit better at people.
Yeah, that does make sense. Tsubasa, at least, we are currently in a position where in general things will triple session.
Yeah.
Deja vu, think I've been in this place before. Higher on the street. And I know that it's time to go home, calling you. And his search is a mystery.
That song is such a meme at this point.
I love that song so much.
It's good, it's just a meme though. It's just a meme now.
That entire show's a meme. I just smashed him into oblivion.
Oh, right there. Slice! Hey! Your slicer!
Right, Ricer! Show's amazing. Called Fighting Futons. I think it originally aired here in the US. It was basically a Pokemon clone. It aired on, I think it was called Foxbox at the time. It was during the transition from Fox Kids to Foxbox. Either that or it was between Foxbox and 4Kids. Wait, so why didn't we get like the stupid hard encounter first? And then we get the stupid easy encounter. It wasn't a savage encounter though.
Huh. I don't know. Numbers are weird. You might have just gotten the bad enemy pool.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh. You could put Gary back in the middle of battle as well. If at any point you need to. You can swap out party members with AT. New skill.
Sadly, you can't swap out Itsuki. Because he's the manager. Run away. He dodged my tippers. Huh? Apparition Force. Carnage Unity available.
Yay!
We later gain the ability to actually see where the camera things are, right?
I think it just marks them on the map. Doesn't it?
Nope.
No? It might mark them after you had gotten hit by them.
It marks them in what direction they're facing, but it doesn't actually mark the area of their side. That is a savage encounter.
You smack it and move to the side. Unless you want to fight it.
Well, we kicked the crap out of these guys the last time.
Oh yeah, it's the same.
It's because we're the same level.
Oh, you're a level higher, but yeah.
Oh, same level.
Same level. All the shit they're doing, they're cool. Almost lunges at people because he's badass.
Okay.
At the very least, he thinks he's cool.
I'm so cool. Actually, Toma Usa. Dormima. Maragi.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Dormima.
Good thing you don't have
wait on
The
that.
boost also helping times.
I kind of need Itsuki alive, though.
Yeah.
And I say unto you, Itsuki. What the fuck are you doing on the ground? Get back up, boy!
Jumping bees into his neck. That's how that works.
God damn it.
He's getting knocked
No!
down. It's a good thing you saved.
Well, with that, I think that's probably a good place to stop for tonight.
Alright.
And we will be back sometime in the future. Probably. I'm thinking
Definitely.
Monday might be a good day, but that all depends. Maybe Tuesday.
Alright.
Wednesday. No, not Wednesday. I play D&D on Wednesday. It all depends on how much effort I'm willing to go through in packing up my Wii U, taking it to my parents' house, because I have to take my vehicle up to them to get my brakes fixed. Because I'm not paying a mechanic to fix them for me.
Alrighty.
Because take them to my parents' place and, you know, only have to pay the parts fee, or you take it to a mechanic and have to pay $350 to $400 to get the brakes fixed. So I would rather take the first option. It's cheaper, generally speaking. I mean, sure, I have to drive up to Boise. It's gonna be a bit fun, but no, anywho. Have a good night, everyone, and we'll see you next time, maybe.
Bye.